Hiya, this is Netty and welcome back to Sqaishey's house. So we have done quite a bit so far. We have a big picnic bench with loads of bits and pieces on, and today we are adding to the things on top. So have a guess at what I'm building and see if you can work it out. Let me know the time you work it out as well, so I know like roughly when you worked it out. So yeah. Anyway, we are going to go to some questions you guys have asked me. So that's the other thing. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions you want to ask. Silly, serious, or anything you want really. So first question, fly or the ability to read minds? Easy answer, fly. I've always wanted to fly. When I was younger, I always used to like dream about being able to fly, even like gliding or something, like even if I could just like jump a bit, like not even properly fly, but I've always wanted to fly. But this is a really hard one. Would I rather be popular but mean or a hated villain but kind? See, this would be horrible because like obviously you wouldn't want to be mean, and if you're popular but mean, it means people are only nice to you because they don't actually like you, but more because they just kind of feel they have to because they're scared of you. But then being a hated villain but kind, like I think that's the answer I'm gonna say, but that would just be horrible because you'd be hated. It would just be a really horrible existence. But yeah, I'm gonna say hated villain but kind. Okay, so live off one food and one drink for the rest of your life, but you don't gain any weight or anything. So I'm gonna say like that's like, so if health problems aren't an issue, so having too much of something wouldn't be bad, then the drink I would go for is Dr. Pepper because I love Dr. Pepper. And then the food, if it's for the rest of your life, that's like a long time, so it's got to be something that you won't really get bored with. If I say like a roast dinner, which like to you Americans that would be kind of like Thanksgiving dinner, and for us like Christmas dinner, like the kind of like, but then you can change the meat if it's a roast dinner then, and I guess you could mix things up a bit and slightly change it. But just like the gravy, the roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, like that kind of thing. Would I rather never see the house that Sqaishey has built me, or she never sees what we're doing here? So I think, because even though I get excited to show Sqaishey what we've done, I think I would rather it if she never saw what I've built, and because I think I'm too nosy and I would be too intrigued. I would want to know what she had built me, and I think it would bug me if I could never see it, like especially if she said things about it like, oh, like really excited about this bit I'm doing, and I'll never ever get to see it. So I'm gonna be selfish and say she's not allowed to see what I've built. Do I like chili stuff? On this comment, there was the emojis of actual chilies, so I'm assuming that it's like spicy hot chili kind of thing. I don't mind it. I don't have like the really hot food where people like sit there like sweating and like it becomes painful. But I wouldn't say I like food with like a little bit of flavour and a little bit of spice. But if you did mean chili stuff, like cold stuff, then I don't know. I guess I like ice lollies. Would I rather have a dragon or be a dragon? This one's really easy. I'd rather have a dragon. How cool would that be if you had a pet dragon and you could like fly it around and you could just go on adventures and be like, oh, I'm going to pop to France on my dragon and just like fly off to France. Like that would just be so cool. And then like you could like tame it to like do like different, like get it to do like different tricks and things. And be like, oh Tom, do you want to go for a ride today on my dragon? Or like, it would just be fun. I've just got an image in my head of like me flying around on a dragon. I just think that's a definite, very, very easy answer there. Would I rather change the past or see in the future? See, this is hard because if you change the past, then you might not be who you are now. And like some things happen that even though they're bad, it's because they happened that something good can happen. Because I've had that a few times where it's been like a bad situation, but something good has come from it, and that thing would have never happened. So I don't know. But then if you could see the future, that kind of ruins the surprise of it. But then I guess if you see the future, they say if I looked in the future and saw I was going to trip over on the step and break my arm, I could then be careful on that step and stop that from happening. But then would you then get too obsessed with going to the future and knowing everything that you're doing rather than actually experiencing life properly? I'm going to say see the future just because I wouldn't want to change the past, just in case. Like, you don't want to change it because, I mean, if it, like, for example, if the past changed, like, it could be I might not have ever met Tom, or I might never have met Amy or Sqaishey, or like some. If you change that, it's the butterfly effect. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's basically about like the smallest thing can completely change like a big series of events. So like, say if you miss the train, it could actually be good, because if you had got that train, you might have bumped into someone and they spilt a drink all over you and you had to go somewhere, and then you were in the toilets trying to dry what's been spilt on you, and then you saw someone. Like, it's like a massive chain of events that could happen all because of like one small thing. And so that's why I wouldn't want to change the past. Would I rather be super, super strong or super fast? I think it'd be quite funny to be really super strong because I'm quite small, and so it'd be quite funny, like where I'm quite short, and then like just pick up a car or something. And then, but then again, being really super fast could be good because I'm always late. I'm like late for everything in my life. So maybe being fast would be the better option, but I think strong would be more funny. This is a really good question because, well, if I pick an answer, then I'm not allowed to tell you it. Right. So, would I rather never ever able to ask a question to anyone, or would I rather never be able to answer a question? This is really hard because, like, say if even if just someone said, "How are you?" I wouldn't be able to answer. But then if you could never ask a question, then that would be awful. Like, how would you know anything? I guess you could have ways around it. If people knew, like if you said, "Oh, by the way, I'm not allowed to answer any questions," people could word things in ways that they don't need to then ask you, I guess. But then if you can never answer a question, like, you would look really rude if someone was like, "Oh, excuse me, how do I get to the train station?" And you would just have to stand there and look at them, and you wouldn't be able to answer. I don't know. I guess never ask a question, because especially now with Google and things like that, you would never have to. And if you told your friends, like, "Oh, just to let you know, I'm never going to be able to ask you how you are or anything," then they would know you're not being rude and it's just a condition you have. Yeah, I'll say never ask a question, and just say to people, like, "Look, if you've got something to tell me, just tell me. I'm not going to be able to ask you, I'm afraid." Who do I think would win in a fight, a zombie or a skeleton? I think this one's quite easy. I guess a skeleton, because they've got a bow and arrow, so they can shoot from afar. What do you... I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you think. Oh, look, there's a zombie there. Just as we're saying that. Hello, how did you get on the dog? Sorry, oh, I was going to see if you could fight a skeleton down there. But yeah, so... I don't know, I guess skeleton, because it can hit from afar, which means the zombie might not ever never get close, and they're quite slow and stuff and a bit silly. Would I rather be lost in a haunted house or in the woods? I think in the woods. I don't know, either of those would be horrible, but at least in the woods you could kind of make a little base, like kind of build a little house, and you'd feel a bit safer. But then again, if it was cold and raining, but then again in a haunted house you'd just be scared the whole time. I don't know, I'm gonna say woods. And at least in the woods, like, you just wait for it to be daytime and then you'll be able to find your way home. Would I rather be a sumo wrestler or vomit every minute? I think I would rather be a sumo wrestler. It'd be horrible to be ill every minute. Like, that'd be awful. I'm gonna say sumo wrestler. Would I rather walk a mile on hot Lego or walk a mile in deep hot water with bare feet? I would say walk a mile on hot Lego, because then that only hurts the bottom of your feet. But if it's like deep hot water, that would be burning all your legs and everything, and it would be horrible. And then, would I rather learn German or Spanish? To be honest, I would just like to be able to speak fluently in another language. I just think that would be really cool. I don't really know, like, I know odd bits of other languages, but I don't really know a full language. So either would be good, but I guess I would pick Spanish because I think it's like the second or third like most spoken country in the spoken language in the world. I think that could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is the second or third. So I'll say Spanish. Would I give pottery a try? Yes, I would. And have I ever watched Hunger Games, like read or watched Hunger Games? And what was my favourite bit? Probably, I can't remember Peter. When Peter was in the first one, when he's pretending to be a stone, like a rock, and it's and she's looking for him, and she's like, Peter, and he just like opens his eyes and he's a stone. Like, for some reason that really made me laugh. So it is getting near the time that we are going to get Sqaishey in. So if you haven't worked it out so far, we have a stand with sandwiches on, as that was one of the things. And now I'm just making like kind of like little sweets and stuff on the top. Like, I'm not really sure 100% what else I'm going to do on this. I think I am going to add to it, and I'm going to make like maybe like a little cupcake or something like that. But this is just all we're going to like do for now. So these are just like some like little sweets, and there was a cheese and ham sandwich down below. So we will be getting Sqaishey in a second. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of all these like random questions and stuff. You guys have come up with some of the best questions. Some of them are genuinely so hard, and I actually do think of them as if it's about to happen. Like, I do take it seriously. It's not like when it's like, oh, will I be able to fly, or ability to do something else? I'm actually thinking like, what would I actually want? And I actually imagine like doing all these things. So that's really, really super cool. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I was going to tell you all about, we went to go and see Zootropolis the other day. I know it's got a different name in like different places. Like in America, I can't remember what you call it now. Oh, Zootopia. But it's Zootropolis here. I was going to tell you a little bit about that now. Oh, maybe I'll add some pictures in of what we got up to and what we did. It was really cool. They had like an amazing performance of like these people dressed as like painted as tigers, and loads of really cool like edible food, and I'll put some pictures in at the end so you can see a bit about what we did. So let's go and get Sqaishey in now, and we'll show her what we have built her. So we are back, and we have Sqaishey with us, and we're going to show her what we've been doing. See if you can guess out of all of the signs which one we've done today. Okay, I am going to guess. Well, you've done bouncing around because it was the jelly. I want sandwiches. Oh my gosh, it actually is. No way! Yeah. No way, it's actually sandwiches. I can't believe you guessed that. That was amazing. I can't believe it. Yay! Out of 20 things. I can't believe you randomly I just really fancied a sandwich, to be honest. Oh, this is so cool. So they are kind of floating at the moment. Yeah. Because they are on half slab, but you've only got cheese and ham at the moment. And then at the top you've got some sweets. Well, I only have my sandwiches when they're floating anyway, so that's good. It's like a little tea tray. This is so adorable. But there will be more added to it. The sweets are just sort of there for now. I love it. This is so cute. I love the sandwiches. This is so creative. I love it. I love prismarine as well. I think that's just like a cute, I don't know. I love the block. I love the colours. I do. I really like it. This is great, Netty. I can't believe I guessed it so You know me so well. So guys, we have a psychic Sqaishey here with us today. So thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't seen what Sqaishey's made for me yet, go over and check it out now, and we'll see you all next week. Bye. Bye.